Hello green enthusiasts, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, we're excited to have you join our community. Today, we're taking a journey into the wonderful world of urban gardening. We'll be your guides as we explore this growing trend that's not just transforming our cities but also our lives. Whether you're a seasoned green thumb or a greenhorn eager to learn, we've got something for everyone. So, strap in and get ready for a green ride. It's time to dig in and transform your urban space into a vibrant green oasis. Stay tuned. Have you ever thought about starting your own urban garden? Well, there's no better time than now. Urban gardening is a growing trend that's sprouting up in cities everywhere. It's all about utilizing available space, be it a balcony, a rooftop, or a tiny backyard, to grow your own food, enhance your living environment, and contribute to a sustainable future. This isn't just about adding a splash of green to your living space. Urban gardening can provide fresh produce, foster community spirit, and even improve air quality. It's a hobby that can yield a harvest of benefits. We're here to guide you on this green journey, from choosing the right spot for your garden, to preparing, maintaining it, and even tackling some common challenges. Whether you're a budding gardener or a seasoned green thumb, there's something here for everyone. So, are you ready to transform your urban space into a green oasis? Let's dig in. The first step in starting an urban garden is finding the right location. Now you might ask, what makes a location right? Well, there are a few factors to consider. One of the most crucial elements is sunlight. Plants need sunlight to grow, so look for a spot that gets at least 6 hours of direct sunlight per day. Next, think about water access. Your plants will need regular watering, and lugging a watering can up 3 flights of stairs isn't anyone's idea of fun. Try to choose a location near a water source for convenience. Finally, let's talk about space. You don't need a sprawling backyard to start an urban garden. Balconies, rooftops, even a sunny windowsill can serve as potential gardening spots. The beauty of urban gardening lies in its flexibility. Whether you have a small balcony or a spacious rooftop, you can create a green oasis. Remember, the right location is key to a thriving urban garden. Now that you've found the perfect spot, it's time to prepare your garden. You see, the health of your urban garden rests largely on the quality of your soil. It's essential to test your soil, which reveals its type and pH level. Knowing these allows you to amend the soil properly with compost or other organic matter, creating a nutrient-rich base for your plants. Now, as urban gardeners, we often have to make the most of limited space. That's where container gardening comes into play. Containers are perfect for porches, patios, or even indoor gardening. They can be anything from traditional pots to recycled items like buckets or crates. The key is to ensure they have adequate drainage to prevent waterlogged roots. Choosing the right plants for your containers is also crucial. Some plants thrive in containers, such as tomatoes, peppers, and herbs. These plants don't mind being a bit root-bound and can produce abundantly in a confined space. But what if you're really strapped for space or want to take your urban gardening to the next level? Enter vertical gardening. This method optimizes the use of vertical space by growing plants upward on trellises, fences, or walls. It's a great way to increase your growing area without expanding your footprint. Vines like cucumbers and beans, trailing plants like nasturtiums, and climbers like ivy are all excellent choices for a vertical garden. Remember, the goal here is to create an environment where your plants can thrive. That means preparing your soil, choosing the right containers, and selecting the best plants for your situation. Each of these elements plays a vital role in the success of your urban garden. With the garden prepared, you're one step closer to seeing your plants thrive. The joy of seeing your first sprouts emerge from the soil, the anticipation of your first harvest. These are the rewards of your hard work and patience. So keep up the good work, and let's move on to maintaining your garden. Stay tuned. A garden requires care and maintenance to flourish. This statement holds true whether you're tending to a sprawling backyard or a compact urban garden. One of the key aspects of garden maintenance is regular watering. Depending on the types of plants you're growing, you might need to water them daily, especially in hot weather. Container plants, for instance, dry out faster than plants in the ground, so they need more frequent watering. Just remember, the goal is to keep the soil moist but not soggy, as overwatering can lead to root rot and other plant diseases. Now let's talk about pest management. Every garden, no matter how small, has its share of pests. The trick is to identify the culprits early on and deal with them in a way that won't harm your plants or the environment. There are many organic pest control methods available, from using natural repellents like garlic and pepper sprays, to introducing beneficial insects that prey on harmful pests. And speaking of organic practices, let's not forget about composting. Composting is a fantastic way to recycle kitchen scraps and yard waste into nutrient-rich soil for your garden. Even in an urban setting, composting can be done using methods suitable for small spaces like vermicomposting, which involves using worms to break down organic matter. This not only reduces the amount of waste going to landfills, but also enriches your soil, promoting healthier plant growth. Lastly, remember that garden maintenance is not a one-time task, but a continuous process. It involves consistently checking your plants for signs of disease, rotating crops to preserve soil health, and pruning when necessary. It may seem like a lot of work, but the rewards are well worth it. The beauty of urban gardening is that it encourages us to connect with nature, even in a concrete jungle. It teaches us patience, responsibility, and the joy of watching something grow from a tiny seed to a flourishing plant. With proper care and maintenance, your urban garden will not only survive but thrive. So keep watering, keep composting, keep checking for pests, and most of all keep growing. With your urban garden thriving and brimming with fresh produce, it's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Harvesting is a rewarding aspect of urban gardening. The timing of your harvest will depend on the types of plants you're growing. Generally, vegetables are at their peak of flavor and nutritional value when they're fully mature but not yet overripe. Some crops like leafy greens and herbs can be harvested continuously throughout the growing season. To harvest, simply cut or gently pull the produce from the plant. Remember, the goal is to cause as little damage to the plant as possible, so it can continue to produce. Once you've harvested your produce, there are endless ways to use it. From fresh salads and home-cooked meals to canning and preserving for future use, your garden's bounty can be enjoyed in many ways. You might even consider donating excess produce to a local food bank or sharing it with your neighbors. This not only helps reduce food waste, but also strengthens your community ties. Remember, every bite you take from your garden is a bite towards sustainability and self-sufficiency. Now let's see how your effort in urban gardening contributes to a larger cause in our next scene. Urban gardening is more than just a hobby, it's a movement. This movement is a catalyst for change, driving sustainability goals, reducing carbon footprints, and making a positive impact on communities. Urban gardening is a step towards self-sufficiency, reducing the need for transport and the associated carbon emissions of store-bought produce. By growing food locally, we can cut down on waste and reduce our environmental impact. Beyond the environmental benefits, urban gardens foster a sense of community. They transform empty lots into productive green spaces, bringing neighbors together and encouraging a shared sense of responsibility. These gardens can become educational hubs, teaching both children and adults about the importance of nutrition and the environment. By starting your own urban garden, you're not just growing plants, you're growing a healthier, more sustainable future. You're becoming part of a community that values freshness, sustainability, and most importantly, connection. Start your urban garden today and make a difference in your community. Happy gardening! That's it for our Urban Farming 101 guide. We've explored the ins and outs of urban gardening, from finding the perfect spot, preparing your plot, maintaining your garden, to finally reaping the fruits of your labor. And remember, it's not just about the fresh produce. You're also contributing to a more sustainable future and fostering a sense of community in your neighborhood. We hope this video inspires you to start your own urban garden and join this amazing movement. And if you've already started, we'd love to hear about your journey. Don't forget to share your experiences and photos in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update from us.